So Florida State's got their guy. Or do they just have a guy? So Thomas Castellanos, the one-time Boston College starter who was then benched as the season progressed under first-year head coach Bill O'Brien, is now going back to UCF. Now, this may feel random. UCF. Almost. See, I kind of got ahead of myself mentally. You'll get where I'm going here in just a moment. He's going to Florida State. He is reuniting with former UCF coach Gus Malzahn. Did you know that Thomas Castellanos began his career there with then head coach Gus Malzahn? That's a connection. So I think this can work. Not get Florida State to the ACC championship game. You know, they've got new coordinators and some new assistants. Now they've got a new quarterback. They brought in Deuce Robinson from Florida or from USC down to Florida State. I like that move. Weapon on the outside. Felt like that was missing at times for the Florida State offense after losing a couple of guys to the NFL draft, one of whom, Keon Coleman, is quite good with the Buffalo Bills. But Thomas Castellanos this year wasn't bad. Doesn't mean he was great all the time. Bill O'Brien saw something and said, I don't think this is the best we can do at the quarterback position. His numbers, 62%, 18 touchdowns, 5 picks. This screams Miller Moss to me. This screams Miller Moss. Benched, but not the entire problem, and can definitely go succeed somewhere else. So one of the interesting philosophies here is in 2023, Castellanos led Boston College to the Fenway Bowl. They beat SMU, then quarterbacked by apparent backup Kevin Jennings, now the starter. He'll be back at SMU next year and whatnot. But in 2023, Castellanos ran for over 1,100 yards. I mean, he was a dynamic guy at the quarterback position. That's not how Bill O'Brien operates. He only ran for 194 yards. He played 7 full games this season for the Eagles, but 194 yards rushing in 7 games, that's a philosophical difference. Gus Malzahn will run his quarterback. He has done so consistently over the course of his career, going all the way back to Cam Newton, who Castellanos certainly is not. But I wonder if that shift doesn't re-unlock the potential we saw in 2023. Remember, it was Boston College with then head coach Jeff Hafley and then quarterback Thomas Castellanos who almost beat Mike Norvell in Florida State. They were 20-plus point dogs. Florida State won the game by 2. That game was at Boston College. And Mike Norvell clearly remembers that guy, boy, he's dangerous. Boy, he can do a lot of things. He was Boston College's offense that year. And the Eagles, had that great start to the year, faltered a bit as it went on. I think Bill O'Brien could do all right. I don't know if he gets him to a conference championship level, but I think he brings a pretty high floor as a head coach. And so that doesn't mean that Castellanos was the perfect fit. That is a massive discrepancy in rushing yards from one year to the next. So Gus Malzahn looks to have his guy. Luke Kromenhoek transferred out and he is elsewhere now. But I think that could be a really intriguing fit to see how Malzahn, with a mobile quarterback that's got some experience. Yeah, he had that at UCF with KJ Jefferson. Didn't work out. Doesn't mean it won't here. I'm keeping my eye, and whatever they could get from Castellanos quarterback, better than DJ U, because man, that was just horrifically bad by everyone involved. DJ, receivers, OC, O-line, running backs, everyone. They need some fresh blood in there, and we'll see if the former Eagle is that guy. Speaking of quarterbacks, an interesting dynamic here that is playing out more and more across college football that I'll end today's show with. So, Michael Van Buren, former 4-star quarterback, one-time Oregon commit, one-time Mississippi State Bulldog this year as the starter, he committed to LSU. And your next question, if you haven't followed LSU's football program since their disappointing 8-4 season, might be, well, is he going to be their starter? Nope. That doesn't appear to be the plan. He is going to sit behind Garrett Nussmeier, who is returning for 2025. Feels like there's some unfinished business there. I like Garrett Nussmeier. Remember when he and Miller Moss did a duel in top 20 game early in the year, and Miller Moss won. Can you imagine after that game just time traveling back to that moment and going to yourself and going, neither one of these teams is going to end the season ranked? What? What are you talking about? They just picked up a ranked win. The loser's probably only 9-3 at worst. Well, no, neither team reaches 9 wins this year. USC 6, LSU 8, and the rebuild efforts continue for Brian Kelly and Lincoln Riley in Baton Rouge and Los Angeles. So Michael Van Buren goes to LSU, where he's going to be the backup. I think this is a great trend for college football quarterbacks because everybody wants to play immediately, right? Everyone wants to come in, be the star, be the guy right away. Guess what? It's hard. Dante Moore learned this going to UCLA. There was a battle for the starting quarterback job. It was Ethan Garbers. It was Dante. Hey, Dante Moore looks good enough. We can start him. Then he threw a pick 6 in 3 straight games. Can't be great for a kid's head and confidence writ large to just have that happen. Then he gets benched. So everything was kind of spiraling there, and he says, you know what? Made a very mature decision. He said, I need to go somewhere where I can be developed. I'm not ready to play. I'm not ready to start. Michael Van Buren showed some promise at Mississippi State. Is he ready to be a high-end Power 4 starter? Not right now. You know who's a great guy to try and teach you that? Someone like Garrett Nussmeier. Dante Moore said, I'm going to go up to Oregon because they're going to have a quarterback opening in 2025, and well, they got a 6th year and Dylan Gabriel up there. No one started more games in the history of college football, not even Bo Nix, than Dylan Gabriel. So I'm going to go up there, be his backup, see how he does things, learn the offense, and then get ready to start. Arch Manning at Texas has been there for, I believe, 3 seasons now. He's been the most talked about backup quarterback in the history of college football. It's not particularly close. But do you know why Texas fans are excited about next year? Because he feels so ready to step in once Quinn Ewers moves on, which I suspect will be to the NFL. Maybe he stays in college and transfers. But it's an instant gratification world, and kids want to play or they're going to transfer, and the quarterback position, it's freaking hard. It's really, really hard. And going to find a veteran, Jaden Rashada, another example. He could have sat behind Sam Leavitt this year. Instead, he goes to Georgia. And guess what? He's got a bunch of veteran quarterbacks like Carson Beck to sit behind and learn from and wait and develop and learn and then be able to make the most out of your opportunity. So I hope this continues. I hope that high school kids continuously recognize that I might not be ready even by my 2nd year. It might take till my 3rd year, but if you want to be the best version of yourself, oftentimes that's the way to go about it. Appreciate everyone listening. I'll see you next time. And until then, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.